everybody. This is the San Antonio of Texas. Here is the river of the Texas and it's called Rio River Walking. Nearby in here a lot of hotels and the river run around all the hotels and the sidewalk, so everybody can go and walk around the river, and a lot of markets and a lot of hotels nearby in here, and even they have like a boat to run around the river. Chào các bạn, đây là San Antonio của Texas. Ở đây có rất là nhiều những hotel, rồi những người walk bộ, đi bộ, đi theo những con đường vòng theo cái con sông này tên là Rio River Walking. Ở đây có rất là nhiều market, có những cái nơi và những cái chỗ người ta mua bán sầm uất và rất là nhiều cảnh đẹp. Chào các bạn, xin hẹn lại các bạn vào video kế tiếp.
Where are you visiting from?
Texas.
Texas is big. We're in Texas now.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
In Woodland.
Fort Hood?
Woodland, Texas.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, watch the step, overboard. We're giving about 10 more minutes, see who else shows up, then we take off, all right? Because I know you guys have already been waiting. I had to switch boats. On the last boat, the last tour, I was going unplugged. Acapella. The PA wasn't working. Now they got it, because they're training on it, so they don't need the PA. There's a grind in this boat, too.
All right, off we go. My name is Captain Carl, and for the next, I'm your boat captain tour guide for the next roughly half hour or so. I want to welcome you to my boat, Go Rio Cruises, beautiful San Antonio River, my wonderful hometown, San Antonio. Of course, the world famous Riverwalk. Yeah, a beautiful day here today. Going to take some great pictures. So the next roughly half hour, I'm just going to guide you along the beautiful waters of the San Antonio River, point out some of the sights, show you some stories about them. And after all, this is a narrated tour, as your ticket indicates. And of course, that's why I have the headset and the microphone, so everybody can hear. Now, there may just be a few of us, that's okay. I still want to make sure everyone's able to follow along the stories. So I always ask, just like what we do when we go to the movies, and they say no talking during the show. Same here, and we're only here for about a half hour, so it goes pretty quickly. But if you would be so kind as to make sure your ringers also are silent or vibrate. No talking on the cell phones, just put them in camera mode, like I say, take a lot of pictures. And I want to help you guys make some wonderful memories this afternoon, not miss out on things. Now, safety rules, just stay seated all the time, keep everything inside the boat, hands, arms, elbows. Don't reach up and touch the footbridges. Instead, you can turn around and watch me and have some good laughs when you find out just how tall I really am. I'm 6'5", the tallest boat captain out here, and there are some footbridges, not like that one, we just went through, that one was fine, but some of them, like one coming up, let's just say they ain't 6'5", you know what I mean? I gotta do this to like duck, bob, and weave. So we'll have fun, laugh together, I like to laugh on the boat. Now over here by me, underneath these hatches, we have a lot of life vests, don't worry, we've never had to use them, because the river just ain't that deep, y'all. It's only about 3 to 4 or 5 feet deep or so on average throughout the entire roughly 180 mile course, so we're good there. Lastly, per city ordinance, there's no smoking, vaping, or dipping allowed in the boats or anywhere in the Riverwalk. You do that up on street level, you drink down on river level in the boats, just not the other way around. And so sit back, settle in, have those cameras out. We get started by looking right up ahead. There's that giant sculpture. We'll see the head in a moment. 16 foot tall. It was made using volcanic stone and marble from Mexico. Called the Stargazer. She called the star that is she's gazing upon. To guide our way as we come out here. What we're going to do is take a right turn and begin with the story of how we got the name San Antonio. You see, long before the town began, it was the river first, hundreds of years ago. We were named for St. Anthony de Padua. I'll tell you all about him. As soon as I save my head on this first low bridge, you see it's very clearly not 6'5" today. You turn around, you'll see what I'm talking about. That is, oh, I don't know what it is, but it ain't 6'5". Yeah. Oh, your lax is great. Yeah. Okay, over here to my right, this 8 foot tall, larger life statue. That is our namesake, St. Anthony de Padua. So, a little bit about him. He was a Franciscan Portuguese priest born in Lisbon, Portugal, the capital, and died in Padua, Italy, hence the name, just west of Venice. Now, he was born a long time ago, over 800 years ago, in the year 1195. Died a few years later, June 13th, 1231. No, he didn't live very long, but by the next year, June 13th, had already become his feast day in honor of him. Now, several hundred years later, on June 13, 1691, our story begins when Spanish missionaries passed through here, come upon this river, and they're so awe-inspired by its beauty. Like, I hope you guys are as well this gorgeous day today. So they stopped, held mass, gave thanks, and then said, let's name this river, of course, after St. Anthony, because it was his feast day, after all, June 13th. So in Spanish, St. Anthony's River becomes Rio San Antonio, and the name was born. And then, 27 years later, comes finally the beginning of the town when on May 1st, 1718, 304 years ago, the town began. When they come back to the river, and this time stay to build the first of what later became 5 Spanish colonial missions, giving the new name of the river to both the town, San Antonio, and the mission, calling it Mission San Antonio de Valero. We know it better today as the Alamo. So if you haven't been to the Alamo yet, now you know how it all nicely ties together right around the river, June 13th, and St. Anthony, to the Alamo and San Antonio from the very beginning. even before it was the Alamo. You see, I hope to start it all and give us the name. So to recap here, guys, we were named by Spanish missionaries for a Portuguese priest who died in Italy. How about that? We got 3 different countries. They'll give us our name before the town even began. In the 100-year century, we've had many, many different countries and cultures, ethnic groups, all contribute to a rich cultural history. So wherever you guys are visiting 2 loading docks, we have 3 of them. Same tour, same stories, different order. You see the boats up ahead. But take a look over here where I'm pointing way up high in the sky. Before the sun, there's the name at the top of that building. That's our next story, the Hilton Palacio del Rio, Palace on the River. It's really funny. I mean, a really great story. Not funny. It's really amazing. I don't know why it's funny. But fun to tell. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Because that's one of my favorite stories of the tour. This is the story of how we built this hotel in record time for the World's Fair. You see, we didn't get started on it until quite late, for one thing. So we had to have crews work around the clock and stagger shifts, built it so fast. The hotel is now in Guinness World Records. It's the fastest hotel of its size ever built. 21 floors, almost 500 rooms. And you know what, guys? We did the whole thing in just 202 days. Yeah, start to finish, less than 7 months. But that's only because we used a brand new method of construction, never been done before. It was so successful, and it's become quite commonplace today. This was the first mass use of modular construction. We built from the outside in, just like with a modular home. Think of this as almost 500 of them as a modular hotel. So the way it works is we learned we could go a lot faster by putting everything inside the rooms first, and then putting the finished rooms into the hotel one at a time. Same with the plumbing, lighting, electrical, carpeting, furniture, all of it. When the rooms were done, why, we just stacked them on top of each other. Like these boxes you see here, attaching to steel cables, hold them up on cranes, and slip them right into place. Pretty amazing, huh? So if you picture Legos meets Tetris, yeah, it gives you a pretty good visual of what it looked like assembling it. And for an even better visual, it's a great 21-minute YouTube video. Check it out later, because I only had time to give you the quick CliffsNotes version, and it's on to the next thing. So this 21-minute YouTube video is called The Tall Story, the Hilton Palacio del Rio, and it ends with the grand opening on Monday the 1st of April, and the fair began that very same weekend, just 5 days later on Saturday the 6th, just in time. But after this Park Police boat passes us, we'll be taking our first right turn on our clockwise loop, and head on to the next thing. You see that giant outdoor amphitheater. It's called the Hardison River Theater. 13 rows of grass seats. They usually hold about 800 people. And then there's where many of our river parades are broadcast from on TV. I've been in several of them. It's always fun. And this stage we're approaching, where hundreds of shows throughout the year take place. Let me tell you, after you watch that YouTube video of the Hilton Palacio del Rio with the legend, watch the Michigan Geniality Game. And what they stand the whole about an hour into that movie, you'll see her standing on this very stage right here talking about world peace. And then to my right, the back of the stage, you'll see those 5 bronze bells at the beginning of the scene. And realize that they symbolize the 5 nations of San Antonio. Talking about. And then the audience cheers are on. There are a lot of our military guys are like, world peace, yeah! And then she comes on this bridge, and you'll remember me. You'll remember how I was too tall for this bridge right here, too, because this ain't 6'5" either. Here we go. Oh, boy. Oh. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, up ahead is a big sculpture of a cowboy. As we head west, it's a big part of our Western heritage. There's a 3-story building there. It's got the name on it. As we approach, you'll see it's called the Briscoe Western Art Museum. And it's open 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. And it's got things like Pancho Villa's last known saddle in there, Santa Anna's ceremonial sword, a life-size replica of a stagecoach, a lot of neat things. And active duty military get in for free. Veterans, just like here in the boats, get discounts because you see the Alamo City is also known as Military City USA. It's what brought me here the first time I was a kid. I grew up in Air Force brat, came to my left, way up high in the sky before the sun comes through in the picture. See that tall flagpole with the flag flying at half-mast? There's the sun. So hopefully you got to see those top tiers. It looks like a wedding cake. The things stick out the sides are called gargoyles. And then the tall pointed spires and ornate decorated elements, those are the hallmark traits of neo-Gothic architecture. We have a lot of that here downtown, because that was the most common building style here 100 years ago in the 1920s. Now with the sun going behind the building, you get another good view because we're at the very base of it. And then down below here, one floor up where I'm pointing, we got pairs of ugly faces going all the way across, another kind of gargoyle called grotesque.